Hi, I'm Felicia Delgado, and I'm coordinator here in Student Services. I was formerly the principal at Claire Barton Elementary School.
Now, Felicia, did you notice a difference in the leadership practices of your teachers who completed the Teacher Leadership Certification Academy? And if so, what specific difference did you observe in those teachers?
I did notice a huge difference. The teachers who completed the program, I noticed were the voice and the barometer of the school. And my role as principal, I felt, was to be a facilitator of the school site. The teachers, I relied heavily on being the voice, and also they're in the trenches. They know what is being done in the classroom. They know what the conversations are during their PLC time, their PTT time, and those conversations are critical because as the teacher leaders are part of that conversation, they can help navigate the direction of wherever the conversation may be leading. So if it's a lack of information, I felt like my teacher leaders were able to direct teachers in a more positive fashion. And also, one of the big differences that I noticed is that the conversation became, what could we do best to service kids? And it wasn't so much the focus on how the teachers were feeling about maybe a certain shift of practice, but taking a global objective perspective and looking at, okay, let's look at what's best for kids. The leader, I felt, was really important in navigating and facilitating that conversation. Kind of taking the emotion out of the conversation, which happens because teachers work with their heart and they work long hours and they put a lot of work in what they do. But I felt like the leader allowed the group to stay focused and again go back to the key question, what is best for kids and how can we best service our kids? Now the role of the leader wasn't to come back and necessarily tell the principal all of those pieces, but rather here's what we need as teachers to be successful for kids, here's the conversation, here is what we're looking at either needing or implementing or a program that the teachers felt like they can run with. Principals need to empower teachers to run with their ideas. Again, if it's best for kids, if it's good for kids, my belief was that I didn't ever want to hinder a teacher from running with that program. If it was a lack of resources via funding, then it was my job to either make those phone calls or look for ways to fund the programs to help the teachers and the students be the most successful. So those were the biggest shifts that I felt, that I saw, and in turn I felt like more effective programs were put in place, better connections were made with students and parents. I had parents come back and share their positive comments about how more resources were put towards helping kids, either do better in reading or other interventions. And I saw a sense of empowerment, and that's a huge, I think, piece of a successful school system.